Now, as far as the strong back goes, like I said, it looks like a mess. I've got, how many LEDs here? I got 6 LEDs, 2 here for the pylon spots, 2 here for the neck spots, and then these 2 in conjunction with the pylon, with the neck spots, will light the neck. Now, a couple things. You might be wondering why I did this the way I did. I didn't paint this guy first. I'll paint it after and do any light blocking needed. And I didn't paint this. I'm going to do this by hand when the time comes. As you see, I got some gapping to do. Gap actually looks worse on camera than it actually is. But yeah, so it's a bit of work to do yet. But this guy will be sealed up today. Step forward. I've got the secondary hull sealed. This guy's not glued down yet, but it's in place. See all my leads to go to the saucer, so that's going to be a really easy install when the time comes. Still got to do some work up front. Ooh, looking pretty messy in there, huh? Power leads, flasher leads. All my lights are functional and continue to be functional. One thing that didn't work out as well as I'd hoped, but I'm not too concerned about, is I'm not getting a warm white light, but I'm getting lots of light from the shuttle bay, so these grouping of windows are a different color, but yeah, it is what it is. This horrible fit, although that guy's not in place yet, so we'll deal with that after. Take a look inside. Y'all seen this before, but yeah, I like showing off. And let me turn the lights off so you can see how she looks. There's the lower flasher. And like for the, are those the collision lights? I don't know. And then the slower one for the navigational lights. I think this guy is flashing about 50% too fast, but that's up to you to decide. Otherwise, we've got our fantail fiber optics up and running. We've got some spotlights here that do cast upwards, so those will illuminate the impulse deck. The other pylon spotlights. Like I said, I got some gaps to fill, definitely around the pylon, or the neck, but the pylon fit is as terrible as I remember. But like I said, I don't know why this one gap here is so large. This side came out alright. And this one's particularly good. And there she is. Look at that massive ship. Now these nacelles are just mock-up nacelles. The ones that are actually going to go on will be lit. I'm short of warm white LEDs. This also isn't the final deflector either. Although I like the effect I get there. So work to be done. Same thing up here. This needs to be diffused because it's running, full on, and that's why it's so intense. As opposed to here, where I ground down the front of the LEDs, so it gives them more diffused glow. Sorry, I'm a little out of breath. I'm full of allergies right now. Surprisingly, not a cold though, so that's good. Impulse crystal. Impulse deck, which I'm very, very happy with. More so about having everything in scale as far as the lighting goes. Did quite a bit of work on the back here. This fit is absolutely terrible. So what I did, I actually filled this seam with crazy glue and baking soda. It gives a super strong bond. I actually had to file this stuff because sandpaper wouldn't do it. Had a bit of a clump here, that's why there's filler, because I caused some damage of my own. What else? Thank you, Steve Neal. I'm now using Tulip for light blocking. I did a bit of an experiment to see if I could also use it as a seam sealer. It works very well, but and is sandable, but I found even when it's dry, it's still kind of soft, so it's it gums up your sandpaper very quickly. But lesson learned.